Greetings and welcome back to another episode of Relationship Minute, your daily encouragement on relationships. We have been speaking about love, communication, and barriers to communication. And one of those barriers we want to discuss today is shouting or raising your voice. And we need to realize that sometimes people don't need to raise their voice to shout. They can shout on a low voice. Don't do that. Something like that, whatever. They can do it in a low voice. They can still shout without raising their voice. Now, shouting is a major barrier to communication. Shouting does not help to further the engagement. In fact, shouting seems to say that I am failing to convince you with the facts. I'm going to intimidate you with the voice or with shouting. Shouting was going to help if the other person had a hearing problem or they were a little bit deaf on one side. Maybe it was going to help, but it doesn't help. In fact, it does more damage than it helps. I was trying to think about what illustration can I give to what shouting does, and I'm thinking about having a little screw that you're supposed to use a screwdriver to drive it in. But instead of using a screwdriver to drive the screw in, you use a hammer to hammer the screw inside. It might hold that way, but in the process, you've damaged the threads where the screw is supposed to run, and it will be difficult to reuse that screw again. Now, that's what happens. Sometimes people think that shouting helps because the other person goes quiet and it feel like maybe I've succeeded. No, you haven't. What you've done more damage because you have created a barrier to engagement and to discussion further. So shouting by its nature, in particularly the recipient, not only the recipient, but nobody enjoys to be shouted at. Even little children don't like to be shouted at. It is belittling. It is humiliating. It shows lack of respect. There is something that we must not do. Apart from the fact that it creates a barrier on further communication, it damages the relationship even further. May the Lord help us and keep us until next time. Amen.
That was Mashudu Ravhengani, proudly brought to you by Living Power Ministries. You can find us at livingpower.org.za or on WhatsApp at +27 78 215 5737. Living Power, empowering mankind to unleash its full potential.